What is going on, people? PXCam back in with a brand new video. We are here in our EMEA account doing daily race C action at Tokyo Expressway, the East Outer Loop, and boy is this track one crazy racetrack. As you can see on the top right in the mini map, it just has one of the longest straights in the game, and due to that it just leads to some really intense pack racing, some crazy incidents, and you guys will see all of that right now as we jump into the race. So jumping to the race, we get our 3, 2, 1, and away we go as we're starting off in 7th place right behind Juju. And you can see already the craziness is starting to kick off as we have Thunders, the pole sitter, somehow on the right hand side just slowing down, and that is one free position for us. So not exactly sure what happened to Thunders. Maybe he just wasn't ready for the race, but you can see now we are up into lucky number 6 as we are right behind Juju once again, pushing him up here going into turn number 1 as we're just keeping an eye on the back, making sure that those guys don't get a run on us. But heading easily into turn number 1, it can be very kind of nerve-wracking because you don't know if cars behind are gonna brake where they need to and accidentally punch you out. But everything seems to work out really well as we got through it cleanly, as we are still stuck in 6th place right behind Juju as he was trying to make the overtake on Wombo Boss up in 4th. So navigating our way through the first time through these windy S's and this vast sector on the racetrack here. I was just kind of avoiding the wall here, as if you could run into that wall, it can easily give you a 1.5 second penalty. And then not only that, really slow you down and cause you to run into another car that might have not been able to be fortunate enough to avoid you. So just navigating our way through here nice and easy. You can see there's a car that goes straight into the wall, and Wombo Bus unfortunately runs into the back of the Burst driver up in the McLaren. And there we go, we get another free position. We are now up into 5th. And you can see 3rd and 2nd both have a 1.5 second penalty after making contact with the walls. We get slammed from behind. So the drama has not ended here as we get another position and are finding ourselves in 4th. As we jump into the replay right here, you can see that this McLaren right behind Momo's brakes very, very late, runs into the back of Momo's. Momo's runs into the back of us. And that kind of really helped us out, but unfortunately that killed Juju's position right there, as we had nowhere to go except for his side. And now we find ourselves up in 4th place with Leonidas right behind us. So only lap number 1 and we already have been killed from behind, and one unfortunate that it was Momo's. But you can see that right here, Burst went to the right hand side, tried to defend Smith, and didn't know where the wall was coming. And look at that, he ran straight into the wall. We were able to get around him, but Leonidas was able to make a sneaky little move onto the inside down the straight, and he was able to pull away the 3rd position from us. So we just gave him the position. Still very, very early in the race. We still have about 8 laps left, and 1st place is not getting away from us. As long as we're in the slipstream and as long as we're all working together, 1st place is not going to be able to get away due to the fact that he doesn't have a dance partner, and he will actually lose some time down the straight. But as we head back into this sector where it's just windy, fast corners, you can see that Burst was feeling very, very racy. So to gain the spot there, didn't want to fight with him too much, because if we ended up going side by side, we could have lost easily the slipstream of 2nd place and 3rd place. So I just decided to work with him, just let him go by, and I know they have a penalty, so once we hit the penalty zone, we just let him serve the penalty and try to get in front of them. But unfortunately Smith just braked a little too late, and actually, well, he didn't brake too late, but he braked later than us and was able to hold off the inside, although he did have to serve his penalty. And we find ourselves back in 4th place with him, but you can see 2nd and 1st are now starting to kind of pull away from the rest of the pack. So I decided at this point, let me try to help out Smith here. I was hoping that Burst was going to come with me, but Burst was being very, very impatient with his moves and decided, you know what, I'm just going to try to make the overtake without any help. And that really wasn't the plan there. As you can see, he's kind of moving in and out of the slipstream, trying to see, you know, okay, can I make the overtake, can I not make the overtake? But halfway through the straight, he finally realized, like, you know what, maybe we should all be working together so we can try to catch up to these top 2 guys. But just a little too late on the decision right there, as we still lost a lot of time to the front 2 guys since they were working together. But We come out turn number 2, and you can see how well of a corner that Smith was able to get. He was able to pull away from us, and he has now made about a half a second gap as the cars behind are starting to fight side by side. It's got max power and burst. So I've been looking at that on the mini map, and it's a little bit scary because you don't know what's going to end up happening on some of these corners. You don't know if they're going to try to make a move and just kind of blindside you. But as we head into this hairpin, you could see on the mini map that one car gets pushed out, and you can see he gets spun out, and unfortunately that was got max power. As we jump into the replay, Burst was right behind him, about 3 or 4 car lengths behind, and he braked really late into this corner, just snuck it onto the inside, and then just forced Max out, spins him out, and poor Max had nowhere to go except for doing a 180, and that's basically race over for him. So Burst being very, very aggressive on this race. That's kind of the second or third incident that he's had already. We're already on only on lap number 4, so kind of a little bit worried about having him behind us. So this is where we're really starting to push not CJ, but Smith up through the field, because I just want to see if we can work together and just pull away from everybody else. I don't want to get involved with all the craziness that's happening right behind us, especially now that we have Momos here in 5th place. But as we head into the S's once again, we're just following Smith, and if we run into the back of him, I'm just going to try to see if I can push him into some of these corners. But he was able to navigate his way nice and easy, and we just followed along right behind him. But unfortunately we were unable to really close in the gap from 2nd and 1st. But you can see that the gap from us and Momos and everybody else behind him is actually starting to decrease too, so it's not looking too great for us on our part. But as we come down the straight here, we are now going to start seeing some people come into the pits. I decided to come in on lap number 5. As you can see, Smith takes a very, very late entrance into the pit road, and not only that, so does everybody else right behind decide to come in. And this might actually be really, really bad for us, because the fact that we don't have any slipstream partner and we are just running by ourselves, we might lose about 2 or 3 seconds due to that. And also the fact that our tires are really, really worn. So we really don't know what the cause of the damage or what the damage is going to be until we come into the pits. So at this point, all I can do is just hope and pray that everybody starts fighting right behind, and that we can put in as fast of a lap time as we can by ourselves, as the top 2 have been fighting with each other, and this was the result, as we were able to close the gap on them tremendously, but just not able to really get close enough to get into the slipstream and help ourselves out. But we come in here on lap number 5. We're gonna go from the medium compound, the mandatory medium compounds, to the softs, and we come out right in front of Smith, but he's got a huge head of steam. As you can see, he goes onto the right hand side, just blows right by us, and we lose that 4th place position, and we might lose even more positions, as Wombo Boss and everybody behind him are starting to catch up really, really quickly. And not sure if they're going to be able to have enough time to make the overtake on us as we head into turn number 1. Just keeping an eye on the radar. Luckily, they weren't close enough to make the overtake, and were able to hold off our 5th place position. But again, a little bit scary just because of how quick they caught up to us. And now we are involved in this small little pack here with Wombo Boss, Momos, and I believe Angelo, if he could get close enough. So 4th and 3rd are now starting to run away with it, and it's a little bit worrying for me. I know I'm on the fastest compound tire, but so are they. So we just got to be on top of our toes, push as much as we can, and hope that the tire wear, that 1 lap difference of a tire wear, can slow themselves down up there. But you can see that we just make a little bit of contact with the wall, just making huge mistakes here and just slowing ourselves down. And poor Wombo Boss right behind us is just kind of a poor bystander of just all the bouncing that I've been doing off the walls, and just accidentally running to the back of us and just slowing him down. So I felt really, really bad about that. Wombo Boss, if you're watching this, you should just overtaken us, because or at least I should have let you go by, because I felt really, really bad about running into the walls and just slowing you down. But all that mistake actually caused Wombo Boss to fall into the hands of Momos and just everybody else behind. As you can see that now he has moved his way from 5th place all the way down to 7th. But we head into the hairpin here, and we are right now in 4th place, but 2nd and 3rd we're fighting with each other, And we got very lucky as we were able to close the gap on them, as it was about 2.5 seconds about 2 laps ago. And now with the assistance of Momo's, not many times you could say that, he has been helping us out trying to catch up to these guys. So I was hoping that me and him can keep this partnership going and work together to catch up to 2nd and 3rd place. So PXCam and Momo's teaming up here, the duo that you never thought would happen. But you can see right here on lap number 9, he is pushing our rear end, and there we go. So all the help that he was able to give us, he decided to, you know what, I'm going for the 4th place position. And he actually makes the overtake on us, as Angelov also makes it 3 wide. It goes onto the outside, and both of them make easy overtake on us, as the German of Leonidas gets very, very loose off of turn number 1. We make contact with Angelov as Leonidas goes back onto the racing line. And I'm not really sure why he did that, as that really killed the momentum, but they both get penalties due to that incident right there. And poor Angelov, man, he just was a victim of what Leonidas was doing. Leonidas should have just kept it on the inside of the track, not get back onto the racing line, and they could have definitely avoided those penalties there, as we would have been able to just get around him, and he would have been able to stay right behind us. So he still would have been in the pack, but he would have been able to get away with this without any penalties. So it's going to benefit us tremendously, as once we get into the penalty zone here, we can just get around them easily. But the only thing is that these guys were kind of fighting with each other. As you can see, Angelo was making contact with the back of Leonidas, and Leonidas was slowing us down so much that Momos was able to actually pull about a 1.5 second gap away from us. And right now, since we passed the penalty zone, you can see that the gap from us to Momos is just too big for us to get into a slipstream. So this might actually kill our chances of going for the podium here, as we have Angelo right behind us now, and Momos is way too far away for the slipstream. So a little bit disappointed here, because we could have tried to fight with Momos for that 3rd place position and get ourselves a podium, but now we have to keep an eye on Angelo here, as he gets a really big run down the straight, and you can see Leonidas comes into the pits. So not sure exactly what his plan was for strategy, but clearly it didn't work out. But you can see that Angelo makes the overtake on the inside. It goes to the right hand side, and we just fall into the back of him, see if we can try to help him and push ourselves up to Momo. So that's going to be our biggest priority right now, just push Angelo as much as we can and close the gap to Momo, so that we can try to fight for this 3rd place position. But off of turn number 1, we just get too good of an entrance and kept it on the inside, and just accidentally make contact with Angelo. So not a part of the plan, just accidentally stuck my nose in there, and we made a little bit of contact with him. So I felt really, really bad about that, but feelings have to go out of the windows here, because it's basically the last lap. We have to just push Angelo as much as we can. But as we come into this braking zone on the left hand, I just had too much speed going into it, and we accidentally make a huge mistake and lose our slipstream partner of Angelo, and that is basically race over for us, as we are going to be stuck here in 5th place. Unless Angelo goes for the dive bomb of the season and tries to take out Momos, then it looks like we're going to be stuck here in 5th, and we might actually fall into the grasp of Kermit right behind us. So it's going to be very interesting heading into this hairpin, because Kermit's going to have the slipstream, and he can easily make the overtake on us if he's close enough. But as we come out of this hairpin, you can see Angelo was actually able to close the gap down on Momos, and I just felt really bad because of that mistake. We are not going to be able to participate in that, but we're just keeping an eye right behind us. It's going to be a very close drag race down to the line. Kermit's in our slipstream here, and he's closing the gap as we're getting closer and closer to the line. And unfortunately for Kermit, he runs out of time here, and we're able to finish this race in 5th place. So 2 positions up from our starting grid, or from our starting spot, and just really, really disappointed in myself, because we could have finished in 3rd place, but at least we were able to avoid majority of the carnage, and we were able to come home with a decent finish. 5th place is not too bad, but definitely a lot of craziness ended up happening here, and a lot of people that got taken out because just the nature of the race, just everyone being so close together. One simple mistake can lead to you being taken out, or just accidentally taking out someone else. So 2 positions up, 5th place. Like I said, can't complain too much, but really wanted to shout out to Momos and everybody else who helped out with the race, as they were actually being really, really good here and racing really nice and clean. and just had a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys think about this race, if you guys are having fun or if you guys are absolutely dreading this race, because I know a lot of people really do not like it just because of the craziness that ends up happening. But leave it in the comments down below, and since you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out the channel when you guys do so. And if you guys want to follow me on the Twitters, Instagram, or even on Discord, all those links are in the description down below. And again, since you guys made it all the way to the end, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out.